Hi, in this video we're going to answer the question, what is a growth mindset in education? We're going to look at the foundation of growth mindset, and that really was developed all about education, right? It really centered around its impact in an educational setting. So we're going to look at that, and of course we'll talk about why that's important and how we can go about developing that in our students and in our schools so we can help people develop that all-important growth mindset. First part of this video, we're going to look at the principles of a growth mindset in the context of education. And then we're going to look at the benefits of that for your students. 3, we're going to look at what teachers can do in the classroom. And 4, we'll look at what parents can do to support what's happening at school and in the classroom. And of course, we'll be looking at a real life example of just how important that can be. So, growth mindset in education. Well, Dr. Carol Dweck's work began in education. This is really where the growth mindset, the idea and concept came about. And again, if you think about what the guiding belief is about intelligence, you can see its contextual relationship to education. What Carol Dweck found, and what teachers, anybody who's been in education for a while, sees is that there are some students who are so curious, they want to know, they keep looking, they keep searching, they're trying to find things out, they're trying to figure things out. They don't really get stumped by a puzzle or a challenge. They want to they might get a little frustrated, yes, but they want to know the answer, so they keep seeking it out. Right? That's that child who has that growth mindset. While those who have that fixed mindset are just like, they'll start even saying negative things like, I don't know, I don't get it, I can't do this, I'm dumb, I'm not smart enough. And they take that frustration, turn it inwards to self-defeatism, and tend to give up and not push themselves. And again, we go back to that same idea about the beliefs. Those with that fixed mindset don't really believe that working through the challenges is, 1, possible, or 2, beneficial. All right, so from an educational standpoint, when you begin to think about moving forward and that ongoing lifelong learning kind of experience, you can only really develop that with a growth mindset, right? That love of learning, that constant desire, that looking for opportunities to learn and grow is a growth mindset, right? So if you don't have that, that becomes a chore. It's something you have to do. Something like, oh man, I got to go to this another training at work. And when you go into that with that mindset, you don't get as much out of it, because you're telling your brain it's a waste of time, it's not worth it, I won't get anything out of it. And that becomes that self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You get on it what you dwell on. So it's really, really beneficial to help children at a young age begin to develop that growth mindset. So what can teachers do? Now, one of the things can be very subtle, and this actually will go for parents too. I'll talk a little bit more about that, but it is how you can structure your language and use the language that you use. Let me give you an example. So a teacher might know that, let's take a mathematical concept that they know they're going to be teaching, and for whatever age group they're dealing with, this concept they know is hard for students to get. They just, some of them developmentally might be really ready for it, others are kind of on that cusp, and others aren't quite ready for it. So it can be really challenging for all the students. So, and I've seen this repeated over and over. Teacher wants to prepare them for this, and we'll say things like, all right, we're going to be starting probably one of the most challenging math concepts that we have. And many of you will really find it hard and difficult to do. But if we really kind of push through that, you get your extra help, you do all your assignments, if you aren't getting it right off, see me, we'll kind of work through that, we can get you through that. Now in that situation, the teacher is trying to frame it, help the kid understand that we've got a challenge coming up. Challenges can be valuable and beneficial. But the challenge is a word that for many kids will put up obstacles, right? So one of the things we recommend are saying things like this. We're about to start a new unit. In this unit, I can't tell you that you're all gonna find it really easy, all right? I can't tell you that. What I can tell you that is when you embrace those challenges that may pop up now and then, maybe not, but if they do, when you embrace those and get excited about that, that's going to spur you forward. In fact, the more you experience those challenges, the deeper you actually learn something. So some of you might find it real easy, some of you might not find it really easy, but those who don't find it really easy, those challenges that you experience during it are actually help you that much more develop the deeper level concept. So little things like that are things teachers can do. And you do want to set up challenges for them, right? You want to set that up and you want to reward the effort, not the end result, all right? When you are trying to build a challenge, it is about the effort, not the end result. You don't want to, oh, you're so smart. Oh, you're so clever. No. Oh, see what happens when you work hard. Great job. I really love the way you persevered in this, right? Those are things that teachers can do. On the home front, it's the same sort of thing. Reinforce your child's effort and work. Keep persistent. Give them some things that are challenging. Tell them, I don't know if this is going to be easy for you, but hey, whenever you experience a challenge, that's a good thing, because that's how we become better in life. That's what really pushes us. And you reward the effort, and you keep re-emphasizing about things. It might not be easy, but hey, when it's not easy, that's what really helps us become a better person, smarter, and all that. Let me tell you about Katie. When Katie came to us as an 8th grade student, her grades weren't great because she had high degrees of anxiety. When she could attend, which wasn't a lot, she had poor attendance because the anxiety got so much. But when she was there, she wasn't really attending emotionally. So she'd really been struggling in middle school. She came to us and we started working on these beliefs around that growth mindset. And during that 8th grade year, not only are we interrupting those limiting beliefs, those negative beliefs, we are trying to install these positive beliefs that are essential to a growth mindset. Well, when Katie left our program and she moved on to the high school, in her mom's words, we had opened up a whole new neural pathways to learning. She became innately curious. She began to love the learning process. The anxiety around learning was gone. In fact, Katie did well enough in high school to be able to get accepted into a top private liberal arts college, one with about a 17% acceptance rate. That's actually not where the story with Katie ends and how the growth mindset really impacted her life. You see, after her sophomore year, she decided she needed to take a year off from college to be with her youngest sister who was dying. That spring, her youngest sister passed away, but that did not derail Katie's dream of getting that college education. That growth mindset, that those beliefs kicked in, and she went right back to school that next fall and was right back at it. And that is the epitome of what happens when you shift from that fixed mindset to a growth mindset. As always, I would invite you to subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos. I'd also like to encourage you to check out our webinar. There's a link to that webinar in the description, so you just click on that link. And the webinar is Enhance Your Students' Performance to Achieve Next Level Success in Academics, Athletics, the Arts, and in Life.